decided to take a hop-on, hop-off tour to check out this beautiful city.
In Russian, what do you call this? Name. No name?
Name? Churchkela.
Churchkela. Thank you. Churchkela. This is my first tryst with Churchkela. What's up? Jello, nuts, it's fruity. It's in the middle of this lovely summer park.
You know, I'm walking down one of the roads out here in St. Petersburg. The scenic route is what I've decided to take, and it is absolutely beautiful. Remember I drew that comparison to Liverpool? It is Liverpool, but made much bigger and with a different sort of a culture. I think every city has its own unique culture. We've gotten off the hop-on, hop-off bus at the Summer Garden with some beautiful fountains. And we're just walking around the Winter Palace, and all these architectural marvels, you know, really grab our attention. But some of these old buildings, and this is what the guide told us, and a few locals told us as well, and this is a fun fact. Earlier in St. Petersburg, people preferred to live on lower floors, and if it was a 3-story building, then the 3rd story was much lesser in height than the lower 2 stories. Why so? Well, they say that it was considered to be a premium thing, or something that the aristocrats used to do, which was to live on a lower floor. They said that the saying or the proverb was, who's going to climb so many floors to go meet someone cheap up on top? Very weird rationale, very weird logic. It's changed a lot. Of course, you go to Mumbai and we pay a premium to stay on the top floor, get a penthouse flat. It was very different out here. The culture is different, the vibe is different. There's canals and rivers all over the city. You can actually travel the city using the waterways as well. Great public transport, fantastic subway, and very well structured, planned. It's an old city, and they've maintained that old culture as well. Some great local food as well, be it the Georgian food we ate last night, or some of the street food, or some of the local fruits. Very interesting things to do over here. So it's not just the football. The football was an excuse. The World Cup, which we loved, was an excuse. It is interesting that, you know, Sweden won, but there's a big Swedish connection to St. Petersburg, and it just so happens that there was a lot of Swedes who came down here, built many parts of the city, a lot of Swedish influence as well, a lot of Georgian restaurants, a lot of interesting local sounds and sights and flavors. It's a beautiful city. And this sort of gives it a Liverpool or an Amsterdam-like vibe at times. And the people are very friendly. The people speak a lot more English than Moscow. Believe you me, this is a city worth visiting, even if it wasn't for the World Cup. So I'm going to continue and get on to that hop-on, hop-off bus to get to my next location. Right behind me, you can see the Winter Palace. Now this is something that tourists flock to St. Petersburg to see. I believe that for nearly 200 years, the Russian monarchs lived here and ruled over the empire from here, but it now houses the Hermitage Museum, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Great views, great vibe. You can see a lot of performers here as well. In the square, in the front of the palace. This is like any other European city, but it is, I think, a little, well, more interesting because of the World Cup, because you're seeing people from all over the world, but this is truly a breathtaking sight. It's been a long day here in St. Petersburg. We've checked out quite a few of these tourist attractions, especially the Winter Palace, magnificent structure like I was saying earlier. It's a 700 ruble ticket, but I think it's worth it. The problem is it's a very long line to get in, so brace yourself, it's going to take at least a couple of hours, even on a weekday like today. But for now, I can see the sun is still out, and that only means that, well, there is still time to enjoy the city. But those are some behind the scenes moments which I will be sharing on my Instagram page. That's the Ayush Kalavadi. So head there and check it out. Thanks so much for watching this vlog. Stay tuned.